host of Blockbusters, Bob Holness.
Hello again, welcome to Blockbusters. In the unlikely eventuality of you having missed out on the last few programmes, let me tell you that our champion at the moment is Tim from Bristol Grammar School. He's doing extremely well. He has £215 and a whole list of prizes, which we'll go into a little later on. But right now, he's come to a very tense moment in the game. He knows how tense it is, and so do all our champions in the past. It's a gold run. In fact, Tim, it's the third gold run you're going into. You did very well on the first, you lost out on the second, and this is the third. Do you think you'll be able to acquit yourself well in the third? Do you think you've got yourself together since the last show?
It depends. If the questions are okay, I might do all right.
If the questions are okay, yes. All depends on the questions. And, of course, the questions are rather special because they have multi-word answers, as you'll be seeing. It's a third of the gold runs, and for those who don't already know, let me just tell you that there are 5 gold runs altogether. Tim is now going for the third. Whether he wins or not doesn't alter the fact that he stays as champion and goes on to meet 2 new contestants in just a moment. So it's the third gold run which we go into now. There are 2 more to go after this. We'll see whether he'll be around to enter them. But first, let's see the board. It's those letters again, multiple letters. He's got to get across the board, make that gold connection, either simply, like that, or any way he likes, really. He can do it, and he probably will, like that. The big thing about this, of course, as everybody must know by this time, is that he's got to make that connection in 60 seconds. So let's waste no further time. Let's say to Tim, will you please, Tim, put yourself on the hot spot. Tim, you're going in for another Blockbusters major prize. You've got to make that connection, gold to gold, across the board in 60 seconds or less. And, of course, if you don't make the connection, you get £10 for every answer which is correct. You give us the initial letters you want to start with, and that's when the timing starts. On the left-hand side, please.
CC.
Early afternoon TV programme about the workings of the judiciary.
Crown Court.
Correct.
CR.
Singer of the 1979 hit We Don't Talk Anymore.
Pass. SS.
Pattern of knitting that's all plain one side and all pearl the other.
Pass. DAH.
So poor that you can't afford to have your shoes repaired.
Pass. KD.
She appears with Elton John on the 1976 hit Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
Kiki D.
Yes, correct.
GS.
Man in the New Testament who cared for the victim of a brutal attack.
Good Samaritan.
Correct.
DMR.
Had a hit in 1980 with a song about singer Gino Washington.
Pass. KC.
Sang successfully with her brother Richard and died early in 1983.
Karen Carpenter.
Correct.
DD.
The entrance to the next world. Well, hard luck. A round of applause. It was a jolly good try. Well, it was tough, that, Tim. It was tough again. Some of those you didn't know, the more pop questions you didn't know. It's obviously, it's fairly self-evident that the pop scene's not really yours. The singer of the 1979 hit We Don't Talk Anymore was, of course, as some people in the audience knew, Cliff Richard. What was the other one? SS, pattern of knitting that's all plain one side and all pearl the other. You can't really be blamed for not knowing stocking stitch. Didn't know it myself. DAH, so poor you can't afford to have your shoes repaired, is down at heel, of course, down at heel. And there was one more, I think, wasn't there, that you were out on? DMR. Now, also one of those that people in the audience knew, had a hit in 1980 with a song about singer Gino Washington, Dex's Midnight Runners. You did, however, get £40, so with that money, return to your seat and we'll carry on with Blockbusters. Right, on we go, and next time Tim goes in for the gold run, if he's around to do it, it'll be the 4th. But it could well be our next contestants who will enter that gold run. Let's see who they are. Paul and Mark, hello to you. Where do you come from, first of all?
Herne Bay.
Herne Bay?
Kent.
I know it well, on the Thames Estuary, yes. What school do you go to?
St Anselm's Roman Catholic School. Kent.
Both of you, of course, the same one. Fairly close to home as far as the programme's concerned. You have various interests, I know. I've looked up 1 or 2 of them before you came on. Which one of you wants to emigrate eventually? It's you. Why, Paul? What's wrong with the old country, lad?
Well, I'd like to go to New Zealand.
Oh, would you? Particularly why?
Because of the landscape and the country.
And that interests you? It's one of your interests, is it?
Yes.
What are the others? Do you have other interests?
Rock music, badminton, and cycling, mainly.
Would you have known Dex's Midnight Runners?
Yes.
Mark, what about you? You've got interests. What are they?
Literature and sport.
Literature and sport. What sort of sport? Any particular one?
Mainly rugby now.
Aha. Okay, one of you likes entering quiz games too. That's you, Paul, is it?
Yes.
Right, well, let's see if that shows itself in the performance. It's about to come. We are going to go into a game of 3, of course. The gold run under his belt. Tim, not looking very happy, but never mind. He's still our reigning champion. Cheer up, Tim. It'll be all right. Here we go with round 1 of the game of 3 of Blockbusters. And the letter, winking at me, is D. That's the letter we start with. From this moment on, you choose them yourselves. Here we are. What D are Atacama, Kalahari... Yes, Tim.
Deserts.
Deserts is right. A quick start, yes. And the next one, please.
J, please.
J, you want? Here it is. What J is a panther and a model... Yes, Tim?
Jaguar.
Jaguar is correct. He's quick on the button, you see, Paul and Mark. What's the next one?
S, please.
S, right. He's going to try for a quick death, too. You've got to get in here and block him if you can. What S has been called the land of cakes and is the home of the Loch Ness... Yes, Tim got there first again.
Scotland.
Scotland it must be, mustn't it? Yes, well done. We can't let him do this, Paul and Mark, can we? It's going to be a quick kill if he gets the next one. That's if he wants it. Which one do you want?
W, please.
I see. He's going to play for W. That could be the connection. Let's see if he gets it, or let's see if it's blocked by Paul and Mark. What W was the blue plant dye used by ancient Britons? And they go for the buttons, all of them. Tim?
Woad.
Woad is right. That's the connection. Not a very good performance, you chaps, was it, really? I don't want to put you down at all, but you've yet to get started. You could, of course, do a smash hit in the next one and knock him right off the seat. You think you possibly will? I think you might, because I know you want to get going. You've just got to be very, very quick on the button. Well, that's put him up to £275, would you believe? I said I'd tell you what prizes he'd won, didn't I? Let's just recap very briefly. He's already got a TV game, a complete set, 3 personal computers and a microwave oven for the school. So, here we go into the second game. Let's see what he'll pick up, or indeed what Paul and Mark will pick up in this one. V is flashing at me. V it is, and that's the one we start. What V is more than half a mile long, has impressive wings, and was the palace of Louis XIV? Yes, Tim.
Versailles.
Versailles is the answer. Yes, good start. And the next one?
N, please.
He's going for N, and this is the question. What N was bombed in 1945? Yes,
Nagasaki.
Paul.
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki, correct. Well interrupted. Guess whose side the audience are on. Okay, what's your next pick?
S, please.
S. Here we go. Don't need to put you off, Tim. It always happens like that. What S is what George Harrison learned to play from Ravi Shankar? Yes, Tim?
Sitar.
Sitar is right. Yes, good answer. Your choice, Tim.
T, please.
T it is. Right. Let's have T. Good idea. What T comes after Greek, puppet, and operating? That's Mark.
Theatre.
Theatre's the right answer. Well done, yes. Ignore them, Mark. What do you want next?
L, please.
L, after a little conferring there. L it is. What L is performed by a washerwoman? Yeah, Tim.
Laundry.
Laundry must be. Yes, that's right. That's halfway there. Move quickly, you two. Tim, what is it next?
J, please.
J. What J is another name for rainforest? Paul.
Jungle.
Jungle is correct. That's a good one. Let's have the next letter.
O, please.
O. Try to make the connection on the left-hand side. What O is known or recognized by bright stars in his belt and sword? Yes, Tim.
Orion.
Orion is correct. Yes, well done. The others knew it, but they weren't quick enough. What's the next letter?
P, please.
P it is. What P is black and is rolled... Yes, Tim?
Gone.
Gone. Question to the other two. What P is black and is rolled to make cricket better? The double-sided
Pitch.
Pitch is right, yes. Wow. I can't tell you how close you were to the time buzzer on that one. What's the next letter?
B, please.
B, right in the middle there. What B was formerly East Pakistan? Oh, Tim.
Bangladesh.
Yes, it is Bangladesh, and that's 3/4 of the way. Need I ask you for the last one?
F, please.
F. That means that you'll make that connection at the top. It could be useful to you two, too, if you can press it. F. Let's see who gets there first. What F is a right-wing political party? Yes, Mark?
Flanke.
I've got to give the complete question to Tim. What F is a right-wing political party started in Spain with fascist tendencies? Now, I'm sorry, you ran out of time. The answer is phalangists. We take another F. Very tense moment here in the studio. What F is a word you could use to describe someone who is obese? Yes, Paul?
Fat.
Fat is right. Yes, a good one. It's dropped it. And it's your choice. Little confer.
K.
K you want. Okay, fine. We let them confer because it's all important, this. What K is the Himalayan peak? Tim?
K2.
K2 is not right. I've got to give the whole question to the other two. What K is the Himalayan peak thought to be the third highest in the world? Yes?
Kathmandu.
Not Kathmandu. Wrong answer, I'm afraid. It's Kanchenjunga. Not K2, not Karakoram. It's another K. What K is a US state where a famous... Yes, Tim?
Kentucky.
Kentucky is correct, yes. Right. Okay, now what do you want? Difficult, isn't it?
R, please.
R for you. Okay. Let's see what R brings you. What R is France's most celebrated sheep's milk cheese? Yes, Tim?
Rochefort.
Roquefort is fine. Yes, that's the right answer. It doesn't give you the connection, though, but that connection could be made, or it could be blocked. What do you want to go for?
A, please.
A you want? Fairly evident you would. Here we go. Listen carefully. What A is another name for Venus? Paul. Time's run out. I've got to give it to Tim. What A is another name for Venus?
Aphrodite.
Is the correct answer. That's the connection. Well, there you are. That's Blockbusters. What a tense game that was. It means, of course, that Tim has got there. Tim, in fact, has actually answered 2 in a row. It means that you have to go for another gold run, does it not? And it also means, sadly, that we have to say goodbye to a very gallant team. They got knocked out in no uncertain way in the first round, but in the second round, well, it was a struggle right to the end. So we've got to say goodbye to Paul and Mark, returning to Herne Bay, a place I know very well indeed. As a child, I grew up in it. Will you please give my regards if anybody remembers me? I shouldn't think so after all these years. Paul and Mark, you go with £25 each. You go with a Blockbusters sweatshirt each. You go with a Blockbusters leather-bound dictionary each. And our thanks for joining us. Goodbye. Well, there we are. It's another gold run. It's the 4th gold run we're going into in just a moment. It's the 2nd largest prize you can win in Blockbusters. I've just reminded Tim he's puffing with anticipation, but he'll have to anticipate for a little bit longer. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is the button that starts the journey. To that, I can take mine off feeling. That let's go to the beach feeling.